Yo, guys, what is going on? We are back today with a brand new series I want to start. I did post about it on the community tab. You can see that right smack dab here. And I want to talk about Legends units. The big things I want to talk about when it comes to this are units. How relevant were they on release? How relevant are they today? If they received the Zenkai, how relevant were they to the meta upon receiving the Zenkai? And what sort of I can hope for the future of these characters. And today I wanted to start off with actually who is the first sparking on my this account in particular, because I have been playing Legends since day one, but I did re-roll when this guy came out. So he is technically on the account I currently play my first ever sparking character. Green Sparking Bardock released, and he had a dominance unlike any other in the game at the time. You commonly saw this unit paired alongside the green instant transmission Goku, as well as the yellow EX Bardock at the time for a green-green-yellow composition that was very, very powerful for the meta again at the time. This Bardock, we're going to scroll down here and take a look at his kit. He had this insane main ability here. I will defeat you. He was giving himself a pretty sizable strike buff. Like, even for today's standards, this amount is a sizable amount. It's just this right here would probably be longer. And this, to this day, is still one of the best effects you can give in the game. No switching. That is just insanely strong. He's getting stats upon defeated enemies, and he's getting key recovery for Saiyan battle members. So as you can tell, this is a very old unit. These are his unique abilities. The Rebellious Saiyan, and then Team Saiyan key recovery up here. But again, at the time, this guy was very formidable, because what would end up happening is if you were coming in off of, potentially a unit going down like that yellow EX Bardock, he's coming in with an extra 35% damage. Let's say you haven't used the main ability yet and you catch your opponent in a sidestep, 40% damage here. He's got a 75% strike damage buff, and now you're locked in. You just got to deal with it. Very strong. And his stats for the time, 216 on strike attack at this point in time, for like the max stat would have been pretty good. I mean, I'm sure at the time, yeah, I think 3,000 or 2,000 was the, actually it might even have been 1,500, whatever. But yeah, stats were obviously pretty different at the time. So, you look at a stat like this nowadays, and this is terrible, like unusable. But at the time, very strong character. Take a look at his skills here. We can see that he has regular strike and blast cards. He's dealing major explode damage on the blue card, as well as powering it up for 15 counts. He's canceling attribute downgrades and giving himself a ton of ki here. This ki is really good. This is really good, but there would be much more tied into this on a modern character. He does hold 2 strike cards, so you're always going to be capable of having a lot of strike cards at the ready, pretty much, in this teams with this guy. And his Z ability was a basic strike attack buff to Saiyan characters. Down here is just a bunch of different equips that are available to him. But the thing with this Bardock, and I would have to scroll all the way down to get to it, I think. Where is it? I guess it isn't this far down, but here it is. Here it is. He arrived on this banner right here. Legends Volume 3. Legends Rising Volume 3, excuse me. 2019. This is a March 3rd, 2019 character. We are encroaching on 4 years old for this character. So he is a relic of the past, pretty much at this point. But what about this Bardock back then? He was pretty much considered the best unit in the game, if not the second best unit in the game, depending on whether or not you took IT Goku or him as number 1. But I think at their time of release, they were both the 2 most dominant, in my opinion. That was the team I ran. I ran the green-yellow Saiyans, and I just felt like it was impossible to lose at the time. It was just, you had all the counters with Goku's blue cards. You had this guy locking in, dealing a ton of damage. You had the yellow EX Bardock, who was honestly a really solid character at the time as well. So at that point in time, Bardock was a dominant force who defined the meta he was in. Nowadays, however, Bardock is pretty much an unusable, impossible to use character. He does not have anything going for him. He has pretty much, if you are going to use him today, his meta-defining stuff is that he can inflict no switching. His main ability is all that's good, and everything else about him is pretty much worthless. So you are not ever pretty much going to be using this character just because, again, he is not good at all. However, he does have a lot going for him down the line in the future. In the future here, Bardock is a character that's going to be capable of actually having some very interesting impact. Giving this character a Zenkai, buffing these stats, giving him actual modern uniques, and him still having no switching for 10 counts does have some pretty hefty implications on the meta here. Even today, again, this is an insane mechanic. So if he was just built a little bit more modern, this would be a very strong green character. However, let's just say, for the sake of conversation, Bardock drops the Zenkai tomorrow. Woohoo! Guys, Zenkai Bardock is here. Will he impact the current meta? No. And the reason for that being is that the best character in the game, Ultra Gogeta Blue, is a purple character. Ultra Gogeta Blue would decimate this guy every time, pretty much, I think, without contest, unless they gave him some very interesting uniques. So, yeah, Ultra Gogeta Blue is a character that would absolutely rock this guy. Even if he were to Zenkai today, he just, I think, would hold no real meta prevalence at this point in time. Bardock's animations are pretty much up to par with any other character of the time. This was before LFs were a thing, so all of the characters were pretty bare bones and pretty basic for the time being. As you can see if you've been watching the gameplay off to the side, he is nothing special visually. He's just a relic of the past at this point for the Dragon Ball Legends meta. But Bardock is a character I would love to see get some respect in the future. I think this is a very strong character, potentially down the line. He would, at least have some sort of relevance in a meta like today, still against characters like Beast Gohan and even potentially the brand new, not brand new, but still relatively new Android 17 that's running around a lot on that Universe Reps team that we have now. So I definitely think that there is something to talk about when a Zenkai for this guy comes down the line. He is in the pipeline, I'm sure, at some point. Lord knows when it'll be, because this is a mechanic that they are terrified of. So, we will see what they end up doing with our boy Bardock here. But that is going to do it for this first one, guys. This is kind of a short one. Because he's such a basic character, there really is not a lot to talk about with him. But I did want to start with him because I want to bring this series in a simple way with an easier character, as well as, again, a character that's very nostalgic to me with my account that I have. But like I said, guys, that is going to do it for this one. If there are any characters you are interested in seeing, please drop them down in the comments below. I am planning on doing this series pretty regularly. I will tell you guys right now, the next two we do have in line is going to be Purple UI, as well as Blue Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Yellow Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta from the Universe Survival Saga team. Just because I did have somebody, actually, when I told them this was something I was going to be starting, request it of me. So they are going to be the next two characters we take a look at. But if you guys want to suggest any extra characters down below, please feel free to. I'm very excited to see where this series goes, guys. But yeah, that one is going to do it for me. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Later, guys.